Okay, everybody. Day 7 of my fast. And as you can see, I'm haggard. But good. I'm fine. It's tough. I have been cruising along, okay. First 3 days. This is why I haven't made a video. Was wiped out day 4 and 5. And wiped out day 6, in all honesty, because no sleep. Really no sleep last night. I had a chiropractic appointment that absolutely fried my low back. And that's tough because you go through enough with the fast, not having to have so much pain. But long story short, I'm still blown away by the educational aspect of this. I'm blown away by being with two roommates that are at different stages of it, and I'm learning so much from them. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind this is the right thing to do. It's not a piece of cake though. It takes some complete conviction to go through it. Um, I had a down day yesterday. The day before that, great cooking demo and a very interesting class by Dr. Lyle, who I had a one-on-one meeting with. He's a psychologist, and we talked about, or he talked about in his seminar about personality, like the nature of personality, sort of the way that a person is dialed in, and that's their personality. And he had a 6-factor model of the different components of personality, and there are like 6 histograms of opposites, kind of, and where a person sits on each one of those factors. And I asked if psychotherapy like temporarily bumps the point on one of those histograms for one or more of the different factors of personality, and temporarily or artificially holds it there. And he said that it's not necessarily doing that. It's more that a person operates because the personality causes them to have beliefs about themselves and the world, and that psychotherapy is to really convince somebody that their thinking is not correct, and convince it in a way that they have a breakthrough and they actually integrate that belief system into the previous belief system. The points on each factor don't move, but they operate in a different way. So I have some more studying to do on that. My roommate Mark is probably, gosh, I'd say he's at least on day 10, maybe day 12. I don't know where I would be when I'd be done. He's lost a tremendous amount of weight, 30 pounds probably. And he's doing really well, but he is not sleeping either. Not sleeping. I mean, this is one of the big effects of this is, your body is detoxing. It shows how just poisoned we are. I can feel myself detoxing. I can feel, like you just get restless. Your whole body is restless when I'm laying there at night. And it's hard. Sleep deprivation is really tough. But as part of the process, apparently day 7, the sleep starts to come back and you start to normalize. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm missing my family so much. I mean, it just kills me. That's probably really the hardest thing, is the amount of time it takes to do this right. It means you're away from your family for a long time, a month almost, 24 days. My other roommate, Carl, has taught me through his experience, because he started the refeeding process. So he's done with his fast, and he is now eating. And he ate like just a tiny bit of watermelon, and he's like, God, it's like having a lap band or something, and he just barely could eat it. And then he ate a little. He first started out with juice for only maybe 2 days with juice, and then watermelon. And One doctor said, "Oh, you could have a salad," and the other doctor said, "No, don't." He decided to try salad out, and it ended up being really hard on his abdomen, his lower abdomen, and kept him up all night. So the three of us, three grown men, were just like laying there staring at the ceiling in pain. My back is just astronomically in pain. My low back and my neck are really tough, like a full thrown out episode. So anyway, he has really said that so like they have little tiny bowls for their salad. He said I would eat half of that. And he said, don't stack the salad up too much with all the little fixins, trying just to eat leaves only. But I was really kind of saying to him, why not just fruit? And he's like, well, I want to, get the biotic action going in my stomach. And I'm like, well, that's going to happen eventually anyway, because you're going to be on a vegan diet when you leave, because we don't go through all this and go off the wagon. It's like the idea is you really got to maintain it. And all of the education is irrefutable about meat and dairy products. It's just, as much as I love that stuff, boy, I'll tell you, it is so bad for you. It is really not good. Especially, it's not good for a child, but for somebody with health issues, forget it. Out of the question. You can heal yourself with a vegan diet. Maybe the salt, oil, and sugar thing, SOS. I think oil is particularly bad. Salt, over a long period of time, it hardens your arteries. And sugar, sugar just seems ridiculous. Eating sugar as a food, like a big muffin, or something like that, no, that's not going to happen for me. Um, and especially for the 6 months following this, there's so many gains to be made. I think being religious with the diet is really important. So back to, sorry, it's my brain is just not working. So I think when I'm done, I'm going to juice for a prolonged period of time. But you want to, I would mix it with watermelon. Um, and he's saying that he would do rolled oats because they do really crush them up, and they cook them a lot. So some rolled oats, maybe I'd have some rolled oats, but mostly watermelon for probably at least 6 days. Juice, then watermelon, and a little bit of rolled oats. Very small portions. It's amazing how you are satiated so quickly. It shrinks your stomach down so much. And the idea is you really want to keep your stomach to be smaller. Before it was really stretched out, and that was throwing my receptors off as to when I was full. It was I didn't know I was full until I was way too full. And one of the big things is to retrain your stomach lining and muscles to feel satiated as soon as it is. So that ought to be interesting. But the point, I guess, is that just as soon as you think you're done and you're not fasting anymore, you think, oh great, I'm going to be super, it's fantastic. Well, Carl really says that's not the way it is. The work keeps on going, and that's why they push everything that they do here has a reason. There's no like scam here. There's no pulling the wool over your eyes. It's real. Everything that they ask you to do has a reason, and that is one thing that I'm figuring out, over and over and over here. Thank you for your patience. I obviously the reason I haven't put up videos is because I've been wiped out. I'm wiped out today, but I didn't want to go too far. I wanted to touch base and make sure that everybody knew how I was doing. I'm having a hard time uploading these videos. I think it's because the internet is good here, but it's not great. It's a little slow, or it's just me and I'm just not doing it right. But I've lost quite a bit of weight, by the way. I just wanted to make a note of that. I'm at 227 now, and I started out at damn near 250, and then but I think because I ate vegan 3 weeks before I got here, I had dropped down to maybe 242, 240, something like that. So or am I 227? I forget. I'm 220. No, I'm yeah, 226 or something like that. I don't know. I have notes here about that, but I should know. But again, the brain is not working. 226.4. Um, so that's about right. I mean, I thought I had lost about 16 pounds, and that I'm gonna stick to that. Actually, that's about right. And I mean, I can feel it. I can feel myself getting tighter. I can feel myself losing a lot of my abdominal weight. And one thing that's really cool is I have really bad allergies, and they cause my eyes to itch really bad. I mean, every day, all the time. It's gone. It's completely gone, which I like a lot because it's not a good idea to be touching my eyes all the time. And it tells me that the allergy that I have had that has been so elusive for all this time has been to a food. Um, and that's why a lot of these tests that I had never showed an allergy. And I changed all sorts of things, but I never really radically changed my diet. So it's been a food all this time. What food I don't know. Probably processed food. I imagine it was processed food. So anyway, I'm gonna sign out, and hopefully I can make another video day or tomorrow. Thanks a lot.